Hi, hello everyone. My name is Caroline, and I've just woken up, and I thought of shooting something that I felt I need to talk about, especially on issues of marriage. You've seen so many marriages struggling. I want to say that it takes a lot for marriage. So when somebody look at one scenario and judge the reason as to why people are struggling in a marriage, that's a very hard or a very wrong place to base your arguments on. And I want to say that self awareness, as usual, as I always say, is what is key. Such that if someone is self aware, then they know who they are. And when you know who you are, why you do things like the way you think, why you think as you think, and why you do things like you do them, and what informs everything, your perspective, your worldview, and how you also relay the same on others, then that's the only time that you can be healthy to do a relationship. But now my question is, yes, you're healthy. What about your partner? Are they in the same frequency like you? Are they operating on the same energy level like you? Are they able to know who they are? Are they able to self-reflect? Are they able to know why they behave the way they behave? Because if they don't know why they behave, how can they know why you also behave the way you behave? Yeah. So the best thing is that once you're in a marriage and your marriage is struggling because probably you got into it as a rite of passage, you knew that after school, I was born, I went to school, I finished school, went to college. After college, I got a job. After I started earning, I need to get married. You see, that's basing marriage on rites of passage. It's like a rite of passage. But marriage is more than that. Marriage is intentional. Marriage is from a place of knowing, what do I want? Who am I? What do I want? So that I can look for something that complements and something that works well, or somebody who is able to work with who I am as a person. If I am too talkative, is the other person able to handle that? Yeah. If I'm hyper, can I find somebody who is able to bring me, who is able to work with that? Because it can be irritating for the other divide. Say when you're an extrovert and you marry to an extrovert, an introvert, at some point the reasons that attracted you could become the reasons, the reason for conflicts and problems in the marriage. So this marriage is something that should be taken seriously. It's something like, just like we do interviews and such things before jobs. Marriage is something that somebody should vet. First should vet themselves to know whether they are capable of even withstanding another human being. When you understand who you are, then you know what you need from the other person. So I guess, and I feel that most people got into the marriage in the first place for the wrong reasons, and they didn't even know why they were getting married, and they didn't even know who they were getting. They looked at artificial things. They looked at the external. They looked at money. They looked at the beauty, the handsomeness. Of course, those things are important, but the most important thing that can take you to the end are the internal things like kindness, things like empathy, things like an understanding person, things like somebody who is able to communicate and understand you. So yeah, let us not look at marriage and start blaming it on a particular thing. It is more than meets the eye. And for the people who are not yet married, let us work on ourselves. If you feel there's a part of you that is struggling, please don't run into a relationship, especially a relationship that's going to end into marriage. Let us first work on ourselves, fix ourselves, so that when we fix ourselves, then we are able to now be able to also know what we want, or what can complement us in the other person, and also be able to understand that marriage is not a feeling. It's a project, it's a commitment, it's something that needs to be handled with care, and not just by one person. It's need the two parties to value it, to know what it means for them, so that they can protect it by all means, so that even if they'll have some issues, and in that case, because these are two unique people coming together, there must be conflict, because you're using your head to think. Everybody has their own way of looking at things. But now these conflicts, for people who have done the work, when they are able to navigate the conflict and sort it and become one again, it solidifies the marriage in a beautiful way. So conflicts can also serve as a bonding point for marriage. But you can see clearly that it has to be between two healthy individuals who have done the work and who are intentional to work on their issues, without blaming, without using too much defense mechanisms, because they are aware. And even when these defenses and all these bad coping mechanisms happen, they are able to self-reflect, come back, humble themselves, apologize for what they have done wrong, and also validate the other person for what they have done right. And that's how good marriages, not perfect marriages, good marriages too. So please, let us work on ourselves before we point the finger on the other person. Ask yourself, have I done the work? Because it takes me to be in the marriage so that together we can work as a team. Ask yourself, is my partner also able to work on themselves? If they are capable to humble themselves and self-reflect and know that there is a problem, then only then can they work on themselves. So you can, in that case, if somebody is aware and is able to humble themselves, then you can help them work. But if you realize over time and over trying to help that somebody is incapable, they don't care, please do not give too much of your time and energy, because it will drain you, and eventually you might get sick or lose it and even go to depression. So let us know who we are so that we know whether the other person is able to work with us. And that's all I have for today. This is Carol K, the psychologist. I love you all. Let us do it right. Have a lovely, lovely day. Bye.